Oklahoma State an extra team point.
Next up at 133, Daton Fix and Vinnie Santaniello. Another really strong wrestler coming in for the Cowboys, and a chance for Santaniello and Pitt to make a statement and try and keep the Cowboys within arm's reach here in the second.
Yeah, tough task here for Santaniello coming up against Fix. Guy who's had a couple of national finals to his credit.
Fix's only career dual loss coming on this very floor here to Mickey Philippi back in January of 2019. He's 52-1 in his dual career.
Yeah, that was a heck of a match. The place was electric that night whenever Philippi got that win. Just because going in, you'd heard of Fix. You knew he was going to be a national contender and was ranked very highly. And obviously, look at the success Fix has had over his career. It was warranted with Philippi winning that night, the reaction from everyone.
Fix trying to become Oklahoma State's first 5-time All-American. Coming with a bit of a target on his back for sure. Controlled the ride time against Arini down in Raleigh. Really kept him in check throughout the match. About as clinical as it gets against the top 5 wrestler in the country.
Yeah, nice move there by Fix, stepping in, getting the takedown, and going right to a bow and arrow. Looks like trying to get Santaniello to his back. And there it is, back points coming for Daton Fix with that bow and arrow. Credit go to the early on here from what I just seeing from Spratley and now Fix. Right to the takedown. From the takedown, they're going right to trying to get the back points. And that's what that chain wrestling, putting it together. That's what really separates some of the great ones. And Fix just wants to get Santaniello back over.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
Talking to John Smith earlier, he talked about the importance of coming in here against a really talented team like Pitt. Really can't ask for a much better start. Oklahoma State in a good position to get bonus points in 125 and now 133 as well. Right time advantage also in favor of Fix. 1:15 now, near the end of this first period.
Near falls with that bow and arrow, and now Fix continues to try to go back to work here on top.
Fix winning via major decision last time out against Arini. As you mentioned, he was a top 5 wrestler in the country. His 7th career victory over a top 5 opponent. It's been all Daton Fix once again in the first period.
Didn't get any near falls there. Thought he may, but nice trip. But look, he goes right from here, sees the opportunity, right? He lands towards his back, goes right into that bow and arrow, gets the near fall points. Fixes up big early.
And if you're Santaniello, you're a redshirt freshman coming in against one of the best guys in the country. Where does it start for you trying to get back into this in period number 2?
And it's just about getting quick movement off the bottom, which nice to see Santaniello really do that here. Get that escape point, right? And get back to your feet, get on the board, and then try to get to your offense. But if you're Fix and you want to put this match away, this is exactly what he needed to do on his end. Get Santaniello down on the mat and go right to being able to try to get a tilt. He's going to pick up a couple of back points here once he lets go of the hold, which he does. So his near falls make it 9-0.
Fix once again in a position to get a major decision here at 133.
Lift your elbows.
Fix from Sand Springs, Oklahoma. And really making an impact for John Smith's squad.
We see these lightweights dominating early on. The one thing that just comes to my mind, Coleman Scott now coming in here to, as the associate head coach at Oklahoma State from the last 8 years in North Carolina. These lightweights have to be loving the fact that they get Coleman Scott in their room every day, being able to practice with him, work with him, because you're seeing Spratley coming out and wrestling much like Coleman Scott. And then you're seeing Fix coming out here and getting to his offense quickly. These guys have to love the fact that they have Coleman Scott here working with them.
Coleman Scott spent almost a decade down in North Carolina. And right, it's not very frequent you get a head coach of such a nationally successful program to come into already such a strong squad and add that extra benefit in the coaching staff.
Santaniello was hit for a stalling call, and Santaniello was hot coming into this one, right? He had won the title at the Franklin and Marshall Open. He had a heck of a weekend there and was just looking to try to solidify himself a bit.
There is John Smith, as strong as it gets from a coaching standpoint in college wrestling. A couple gold medals for him as well in his individual career in his 33rd season with these Oklahoma State Cowboys. And into period 3. I think Fix might be thinking tech fall here.
He's looking, he gets the 1 and the 2. He'll probably try to look quickly get Santaniello to his back, but Santaniello just really need to get Fix down to the mat. He's got that stalling call already, so he could get hit again if he doesn't work back towards that.
Santaniello coming off a strong performance in Lancaster at the F&M Open. He went 5-0. Just 3-7 in his young dual career, though, trying to get that up.
Job of riding here for Santaniello. He's got to try to see if he can get Fix down to the mat. And there's a second stall call, so penalty point's going to be awarded to Fix.
It might look pretty on the box score, but for a young wrestler like Santaniello, you get the experience against a top 5 opponent like Fix. Do a lot for your development down the road.
I didn't get that penalty points in. I thought I saw the stalling call come in the second period as well, but must not have been the case. Oh, there it is there. There's the penalty point. Let's go out of bounds.
So a 10-0 lead for Fix, which as of now would give Oklahoma State 10-0 advantage heading into 141. Fix will start on the bottom here on the reset. Just over a half a minute to go here in period 3.
Santaniello trying to just beat Fix off the jump. It's going to be hard, obviously, to keep this from being a major decision, but if you're Santaniello, riding here for this, duration of this period really will help a bit with some of the confidence that maybe he lost over those first couple of periods to have as a takeaway. As your Fix here, you're just trying to work out from underneath, and good job here in this third period by Santaniello. The ride time point will still come, and it'll be an 11-0 win for Fix.
Wind down here in the third. A 10 or 11-0 with the ride time point victory here for Daton Fix, who continues to put on a show, moving to 53-1 in his dual career, a legitimate national title threat, showing just why that's the case here at 133. And early on, Oklahoma State in complete control in Pittsburgh, up 9-0 after a tech fall and a major decision to start things off.